This little thing behind me is a mini Bitcoin miner. It looks cool. It's pretty quiet. The fan does have a little bit of annoying kind of like, I don't know, like it's like a little bug sound, but it's static, it's constant. Listen. It's actually on the little power supply brick right there. This little custom computer allows people to earn passive income in their house, mining the original cryptocurrency, the OG Mr. Bitcoin. I mean, how cool is that? I'm earning passive income. I got this little robotic employee behind me. I have a mini ASIC miner, an application-specific integrated circuit miner. All this thing does is mine crypto, and it's super cool. Designed in America, like everything else, manufactured in China, but mining a borderless peer-to-peer cryptocurrency. Today we're going to be reviewing and running through the setup of the FutureBit Apollo BTC miner, latest version here. This thing has additional capabilities as well. Like it can operate as a full node. Basically, you add a node to the Bitcoin network, make it more decentralized, more robust, and from there you can actually operate like your own, just completely self-custodied and controlled Bitcoin wallet. If you're a crypto nerd, Bitcoin guy, especially if you're a Bitcoin maximalist, you don't have one of these in the house, then you really ain't as orange as you think you are. Speaking of orange things, this is Tails, our resident Shiba Inu. FutureBit was also the first one to bring a mini script Dogecoin miner to market. Tails is our CGGO, our Chief Good Girl Officer here at the VoskCoin YouTube channel. My name is Vos. Slap the subscribe button. Let's check out this miner, and then let's jump into the tutorial. All right, first things first, right? So you get the supplied power supply with this thing, or really just any power supply that could safely input 2 PCIe connections, 6-pin, right? Which that's these little cables that come on the power supply. So you get that, you get a power cable. You're probably just gonna plug it into the wall. You could plug it into a PDU if you have one. And this power supply is rated for any US wall outlet, 110, 120 volt, or if you have an industrial level electric setup, like we cover in the VoskCoin mining electricity guide, then maybe you've got 220, 240 volt. Again, this can plug into that and operate there as well. So you plug in power, and you plug the power into the wall, and you plug the PCIe connections into the device. You also need to add internet. Ethernet cable is always the best option. These things do support Wi-Fi, but you still need to connect with Ethernet the first time. And I really recommend just leaving it on Ethernet. It's a better connection. It's just always the better solution when it comes to crypto mining. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You take it out of the box, you plug in a little internet connection, you plug in some power connections, and then a very nice feature, it should just be standard issue, okay? An on-off button. Click. And just like that, it is now turning on. You click the button and it's turning on. When you look at the FutureBit Apollo BTC, obviously it looks really cool. But what if I told you we could bring a VoskCoin limited edition release to market with them? The only thing stopping that is enough demand. Is there enough demand? Do you honestly want one? Like, I want to know. Click the link down in the video description below and pledge your interest if you would honestly buy one. Not if you think it's cool, not if you just want to support the channel and say, hey, I'd love for that to happen, and I watch your videos. Like, you would honestly buy one. You won't hurt my feelings if you don't. This is not in the works, but like everything in this world, it could be. From there, you log into your router, you use something like Who's on My Wi-Fi, or like I have an app that tells me when new IP addresses show up on my network, right? Sweet, easy peasy, I grab that. It automatically generates a random IP address, normally if you have a DHCP setup like that. Don't stress out about this. Don't overcomplicate it. You just got to figure out what the IP address is to remotely connect to this. All right, so you get on your laptop or your computer or even your phone if you want to have a clunky time, and then you start inputting your pool information. They push for slush pool. Sure, that's a good option. You could do that. We recommend via BTC, and I'll explain why here shortly. They've added some cool features that are just useful, right? So you put in your username, and then you put in a worker name. So my username is on this pool I've already signed up is VoskCoin, right? And then worker name is whatever you want. I'm gonna put the miner name so I have a clear just understanding of what miner I have on that mining pool. We do have a referral link to via BTC, so I do appreciate if you go ahead and use that. From there, you put in a password, whatever you want. Just don't forget it. For me, I'm just gonna keep it simple with mining stuff. Don't hack me, bro. But I just went ahead and put in admin. So when I want to log into my miner, I'm punching in admin. The miner is offline. That's how it starts when it just sets up like this, right? So now we have the miner on, connected. We've logged into it. This is on version 0.3.2. It's the BTC version. So we've already chosen our pool settings. So let's go ahead and click start and see if it just fires right up. While we wait for that, we can obviously have a little bit of fun clicking around. So this UI will just kind of open and close, nothing too crazy. We see the hash rate here, which comes out in terahash, right? So it's just warming up, did a little test there, it shot up to 1 terahash a second. It's currently reading a temperature of 84 Celsius. It looks like it's heating up. What's really cool about this dashboard is when you click on the 3 lines over here, you can see the CPU usage, the memory usage, the disk usage, and just these nice little raw stats, right? It's running on a custom version of Ubuntu, right? Obviously, we'd love to see Tails OS, but that's a different kind of deployment. We see the hash rate already shooting up to 2 terahash a second, and I absolutely love the power readout on these things. It's very cool. We see a whole lot of hardware errors, but relax, let it get started. So right now it's consuming 120 watts, which means that it's breaking down to 84 watts per terahash a second. It has 1 hash board in this device, hash board 0. And right now the hash board is at 59 Celsius. We see that it's successfully connected to the VIA BTC Bitcoin mining pool, getting the difficulty back from that. How many shares have been sent? How many shares have been accepted? So far, just 1. We're in the eco mode settings, auto miner power, auto miner frequency, auto fan temp settings. So auto fan settings are great, but they can oftentimes give you a variable fan speed, which if this is in your room, your office, just nearby, that can actually become super annoying. I personally prefer static fan speeds, but we need to do a little bit more research to understand what the best static fan speed for this would be. That's also going to vary on, your deployment of it. If it's really hot where you are and really cool where I am, well, we're going to have different static fan speeds most likely. I'm going to cover even more details in this video, like where to buy it, couple different buying options, full node, light nodes, and stuff like that. So make sure to stick with me. But honestly, I want to remind you and assure you that this is pretty easy. Like, you can totally do this. You got this. Like, this is an easy thing to do. So you'll notice that we started the miner, and it's already up and hashing away. Very cool. We see the hardware errors dropping down. Getting a nice percentage here. Green's always good when it comes to, well, most things in life. We click over to the dashboard. We're in Bitcoin Core version 22. We're syncing the blocks. We're syncing the blockchain now. It was bootstrapped up to what looks like 64%, and it's loading from that point that it was basically preloaded with. We can see the network hash rate here for Bitcoin, along with the network difficulty and the blockchain size and how much remaining space we have here on this device, along with other clients that we've connected to and we're syncing from. So this is very cool. A lot of people, they won't care about this, but I think if you understand the value with it, you'll care more. You're running a full node. It's these things that keep cryptocurrency alive. It's nodes that are imperative to the blockchain, just like miners. They work in tandem, they're teams. If you want to say miners are like the guys down there digging in the tunnels, getting the blocks, well, the nodes would be like the logistics company handling literally everything else, like taking the coins they mine, bringing them back, getting them refined, sending them to other places that need them and want them, and so forth. It's just very critical use here. Clicking over to the settings, we can see eco mode, right? And this is the most efficient mining. You're mining at home, your electric rate is high, Bitcoin is in a bit of a dip. Eco mode's probably the way to go. Bitcoin's bouncing off all-time highs and it's super profitable to mine. Well, it's time for turbo mode. Balance is like, hey, you want to bump it up, but you don't want to go too crazy and throw efficiency out the window. What's very cool is they also offer a custom mode, right? They have pre-tuned presets in here. You risk damage to your device if you go custom. But can we just talk about the beautiful thing that you even have the option, the ability, okay, to do this? Like I said earlier, fan speed, auto, but from here is the point where you can input a custom fan speed, a static fan speed, if you will. And as we discussed the wired connections earlier, you can also set up Wi-Fi from here. Change your password there down below. Real easy, I scan for Wi-Fi, I pick a network I want to connect to, I input my password, it connects to it, but now my controller is connected and it says try to go to this IP address. Okay, so we were on 192.168.4.183. This is our Wi-Fi controller. We're under a different IP address now. We're basically accessing the device from a different avenue. Obviously, we're still in the same device, but it's interesting the way they do this, right? So we're on 184. We go back to 183. This IP address is connecting us through the wired connection. And if we switch it over to 184, then we're connecting to this miner and phone node as well through a wireless connection. Again, I'm using 183 and 184 in my example. Your numbers may be different. You'll figure that out as you go. Join the VoskCoin Discord server if you need any help troubleshooting or you just want to connect with the best crypto miners in the world ever. We've got about 50,000 people in there and the coolest 50K people you'll ever meet. Don't worry, we got sub channels and stuff. It's not too crazy, it's fun. I also noticed this internal error when I go to the wireless connection. Other than that, we can adjust the layout, we can back it up, restore it, and format. Really all those things you should probably just leave alone. When I click over to pools, I only get one pool option. I don't like that at all though, because we should be given the option to have some backup pools. But it's not generating those options, like any option for me here to add a backup pool. I imagine that's something that's going to be updated in a future Apollo web, basically GUI, graphic user interface. Basically, we're going to get an update here on the dashboard eventually, probably, to add that option. I believe the previous miners already had that option. I may just be making that up. It's just kind of standard issue capabilities in this era of mining. Well, that's good to know. So, I just restarted it here. I don't know why it doesn't auto start. But if you click on system and you click reboot or shut down, there's no, hey, are you sure you want to do this? It happens. It is just simply going to happen. It seems like the full node auto starts. So I click start and it just kind of looks the same. I mean, if it's syncing the blockchain, it's started. So after that restart, we also don't see any different options here in the pool section. I'm trying to go for a swim. Clicking over to the mining pool, we can see that the miner has already shown up here, even though we just turned it off and on. It did register some shares as it was reporting in the dashboard, but you also always want to double check with the pool, because if the pool says you're doing nothing, then you're going to get paid nothing. And so this is what I wanted to mention about BTC. So they support a bunch of different cryptocurrencies and stuff, but hiding my zero assets. You can see I've got some different coins in here. You can set up auto withdrawals and things like that. But what's very cool, especially for US citizens that can have some trouble trading coins, for example, like LBC library coins, right? Those can be difficult to trade. For example, one thing I can do in here, I can click on the convert tab and I can convert any coins I want. So let's say I'm mining Bitcoin. But again, make sure to watch out for minimums, right? Let's say I'm mining some Bitcoin and let's say I want to cash it out. I get the option for USDT right there. If I wanted to, say, dump my LBC coins, I don't think they're ever going to make it through the SEC allegations. Well, I could go ahead and dump it for USDT, or I could stack up some Satoshis with it. And having this level of functionality in a mining pool is honestly just uncommon. Obviously, you're better off to always auto withdraw your coins to your own wallet, right? Get some cold storage on, fire up the Trezor or something like that. But for lower amounts, right, having the ability to convert and not only withdraw coins, right, but you can also deposit coins into this account. This is a mining pool that functions like an exchange as well as a mining pool, and tools like that give you more money making opportunities and just plays that you could potentially make. Want to send crypto to a friend, family, or just anywhere, right? You got this long address, maybe something like OXD2501234ABC929, and you're like, Well, guess what? Unstoppable Domains is here to stop that with an easily recognizable domain name. For example, I'm like, hey, send me some NFTs. Where though? What address? Oh, VoskCoin.nft. Simple. It's pretty easy to send me coins, cryptocurrencies, and it's something that's a lot harder to mess up. Unstoppable Domains is a pretty cool option to simplify sending cryptocurrency. Learn more with our link in the video description and get an exclusive discount. But let's get it back to the FutureBit Apollo. So they have released their batch 3, limited stock, everything like that. You can get the standard version with their power supply for $575. You can get the Apollo package with the desktop controller and the 1 TB drive for syncing up the blockchain here. That's gonna hit you for $900. Okay, but understand that a 1 terabyte drive there does add some expense to this. If you wanted to grab this and drop the power supply, you could save $75. You could just get the bare bones down here for $500 and add your own power supply and be mining Bitcoin out of the comfort of your own home. A critical thing you need to understand though is if you do buy this standard USB controlled hashboard only, it's very different. Okay, so what I'm showing you here is the full unit with the controller and everything like that. That basically means you can just plug in power and Ethernet. This is the one that you should absolutely buy if you want the easiest and best user experience. Understand that if you connect the USB standard version, the cheaper version, then you will be using a host computer to control it. That's okay if you want to do that, you want to save a couple bucks. Especially if you're just going to end up putting it right next to, like, say, your gaming PC or whatever, right? But there's no sticking it on Wi-Fi, putting it in a corner, you know, in your guest bedroom or something, unless you're going to lug a whole computer up there too, unless you get all this stuff kind of set up and situated. So basically, buy the full node if you're a noob and you understand that attaching this to a host PC is what you will need to do and want to do, then maybe get the cheaper one. They often sell out. We don't have an affiliate link, but I do have a short link, and let FutureBit know that we would love to open up a referral account with them. I think what they're doing is cool. But like most manufacturers in this era of hot crypto equipment, they'd rather cut that, and it makes it more difficult to be a content creator. I do have to thank FutureBit for sending us this miner to review. If they're out of stock or you don't mind used stuff, or maybe you'll find a new one, or you're just looking for a deal or whatever, make sure to check eBay. FutureBit Apollo miners are listed on there. However, make sure you're paying attention to what you're buying, right? For example, we see 2 FutureBit miners right here that are both selling for $800 that both say FutureBit Apollo full node, okay, with PSU, power supply unit. This one is a Bitcoin miner. This one is a Litecoin and Dogecoin, or really a script ASIC mining rig, right? Make sure you buy what you're looking for. Overall, I'm a huge fan of these mini miners. It's just like how we love the gold shell box miners, because they make mining more decentralized. They help bring mining back to just its grassroots effect of more people mining versus more companies with millions and millions of dollars mining. It's also why we're a huge fan of helium. Make sure to check out our helium mining videos to learn more about helium, but these things are cheap, right? As far as mining rigs go, you get in for like 500 bucks. It's a very high ROI or return on your investment. The numbers do vary, so watch the videos for the latest figures. They make no noise. They use $5 of electricity a year. And honestly, it's a pretty cool project. And the Bobcat Miner 300 is the only one we wholeheartedly recommend. And the aftermarket price for helium miners has been coming down. So if you don't want to wait for your miner to be shipped, then maybe you want to pay a little bit more and grab one off of eBay. We do have our link out to eBay, so if you do buy one, please hit the link and support the channel. Bringing it back to the FutureBit Apollo and the BTC miner with full node capability, it's so freaking cool, man. A peer-to-peer electronic cash system, pulling up the original, beautiful, Peerly, right? Taking that from the second word there after the abstract, is the Bitcoin white paper, the original 1 CPU, 1 vote, CPU mining power, largest pool. Oh God, this is cool. And this is why the fact that FutureBit integrated a full node is so cool. Okay, this is so cool. This is obviously still syncing up as I just got and unboxed and started this review of this miner. Actually, I guess a quick recap though. We reviewed their, that's a nice face, me. We reviewed the FutureBit Apollo, and this was the only one they had when they had transitioned from USB miners, which actually we can see here, the FutureBit Moonlanders, which are honestly really cool, right? Mining with a USB, kind of keeping it classic, because there used to be Bitcoin USB miners that were very, very popular and desired and stupid profitable, especially in retrospect if you held, right? But this was their first move towards a mini miner, and I tacked it onto my GPU mining rig here a few years ago. Then they created a bigger and better version of it, a mini Dogecoin and Litecoin miner for your home. So Mr. J. Stefanop is no noob here, doing this for years. Okay, J. Stefanop has been posting on the Bitcoin Talk. Bitcoin Talk is like the old crappy version of VoskCoin Talk. That's like the dad that abandoned us and kind of kicked us in the face. So we set out to become a better version, and we don't really like to talk about him or hang out with him anymore because we already have a better option. Yeah, I got problems with Bitcoin Talk. And really, just to sum it up, they got mad at me for creating YouTube videos instead of just creating posts on their forum, and it's like siphoning their audience and whatever else, banning me repeatedly and things like that. I stopped engaging, and really all the best people have all left Bitcoin Talk. It's not fun, cool, or interesting like it used to be. But Jay Stefanop is still there, keeping it classic, right? Posting his threads on here. For example, here was his ANN or announcement thread, and then he also has a support thread. The official support thread on the FutureBit site is still not up, so this is actually all of the support you'll be able to find for this device. But there's 66 pages. There's people that will probably still reply to you pretty quickly, and a plethora, or I never say that word right, a plethora of information to help you kind of get started running here. This is critical if you have the cheaper version, right? Plug it in, run the software, run it on your host PC. If you're looking for the full version like we're showing you here in this video, then this is what you are going to be dealing with. So we can see multiple releases here. The latest UI is 0.3.2. That means we are running the latest version of this software at the time of recording this video. But being back on this page, it reminds me I need to kind of finish out my thoughts here on why the full node is so cool, right? One, obviously supporting the whole blockchain, operate as your own wallet and node, incredible stuff, right? So a full node wallet versus a light client, here's an article I found that hopefully break this down a little bit easier, right? Full node, say with a Bitcoin node, you sync the blockchain, it has to always be in sync. It doesn't work unless it's fully in sync. So if you turn it off, you got to resync whatever you've missed since you've been disconnected. This is just, crypto classic. Most people in this era have never even run a full node. It's crazy. In the previous crypto cycle, like the 2017 crypto era, a lot of people running full nodes because oftentimes they just simply had to. Like, that was the only wallet, and it only like half worked. And oh my god, it was so much fun, and also just such a freaking nightmare. Also, mining a bunch of different coins, you ended up firing up a bunch of different wallets. A lot of fun. Really kind of missed that era, but times have changed for better and worse, right? You're going to burn up some internet connection. You need better specs, and you need a good amount of hard drive space. Light clients is what everyone operates and lives off of nowadays, right? MetaMask, that's a light client. It's connecting to someone else who has full nodes running. Exodus wallet, that's a light client. It's connecting to other, nodes and everything else. When you're using an exchange wallet, you're kind of functioning as if that's a light wallet. Like, you're not running a node. You log in, you do whatever you want to do. And their exchange has full nodes, or maybe not, even just operating off of light nodes, and they're withdrawing and accepting deposit for coins and things like that. So basically, full nodes are more upkeep, but the hassle related to these, and even a small level of expertise, makes these, in this era of cryptocurrency, non-applicable to 99.9% of cryptocurrency investors and users. Probably enthusiasts, maybe we can bump it up to whole 1% that will actually even use a full node. I mean, on that topic, drop your Bitcoin address down in the comments below and let me know if you've even ever run a full node wallet, and also if you're feeling lucky. What about mining profitability? It's always the question. Can't we just be altruistic and just want to put some hashes in the chain? Maybe we sync this up and we start solo mining, right? Get this thing hashing away. We hit the Bitcoin lottery. Odds of that happening, stupid low with this amount of hash rate in this era. But the appeal keeps people buying lottery tickets. Why would we let that keep us from lottery mining? So I pulled up an old miner here on ASIC miner value because they don't track the FutureBit for whatever reason. It has a similar hash rate if you bump it up on turbo mode. Basically, this is as profitable as it gets. So right now, at the time of recording this video, this thing is supposed to be earning about $1 a day in Bitcoin. And it consumes about 10% of the power of this old Antminer V9. So don't be all wigged out when you see all the red negatives here. This is not the miner that we're reviewing. So we take about 10% of this bill. That's about 30 cents. And so if we take it at face value of about 80 cents, we are clearing about 50 cents a day at a residential electric rate on the FutureBit Apollo BTC miner right now. And let's do some handy dandy math. So 50 cents times 365. Over the next year, we would earn $182. So in the next 5 years, basically, it would take about 5 years for this device to pay off at its current trajectory. Pretty easy math. Most people think Bitcoin will go up in the future, so your payback period, your break-even period will most likely go down. Obviously, it's not financial advice. Nothing's guaranteed. This is not a device you buy and get rich off of. It's more of a cool device. It's a hobbyist thing, something to be proud of. If you stack up the coins and you sell at the high, you can hope to make all of your money back, and from that point, hopefully, you're stacking up some profits. This is also a great thing, I think, to deploy just a couple solar panels. All you would need, a couple solar panels, and then this thing's mining for free. Again, you got to pay off the solar panels and the device, and then you're actually in the green from there. Keep in mind, though, that a lot of people buy full Bitcoin nodes that are already basically pre-made little packages, kind of like this, without the mining capabilities, and people pay $300, $400, $500 for devices like that. This has a mining capability on top. This blows all of those away. So this is a really cool product. It's definitely a bit of a novelty. If you're a Bitcoin maximalist, I don't know how you don't have one of these. You're really a lame poser if that's the case. Now forget what made Bitcoin so great. It's called proof of work. POW if you want the acronym. I don't think FutureBit's going to be producing any more of their LTC miners. Basically, Goldshow blew them out of the water with the mini Doge miner, which is a mini script miner. It's basically a mini LTC Litecoin miner, right? They produced a lot of those. We were also really proud to collaborate with them and bring the Tails edition to market over the last year. I also nudged FutureBit, how about a VoskCoin edition of the FutureBit BTC miner? Now that would be really cool. I can see it now. Black and green, baby. Let's go. I'm excited. But as always with manufacturing, no manufacturer wants to do that unless the demand is there. So make sure to click our link down in the video description below and pledge your interest if you would honestly be interested in buying one. If you're not, it's okay. Just looking for a real world accurate gauge on if you would be interested in these. So there you have it. There's the breakdown, initial review, overview, and tutorial setup with the FutureBit Apollo BTC mini miner in full node. This is incredibly cool. It's very quiet in eco mode, right? Turbo mode, it's like because well, the fan's spinning really loud, and if you know anything about small fans, they're annoying and they're loud. Even big fans can be loud and annoying. I mean, enter sound clip. Full ASIC miners, right? Big miners like the Antminer S19s. But yeah, it's a really cool miner. It's a total hobbyist thing. If you love Bitcoin, I don't know why you don't have one of these. If you're looking for the most profitable mining rig, if you're looking for the quickest break even, if you want a huge ROI, this isn't it. But if you are a true crypto enthusiast, I don't know how you couldn't want one of these. They're very cool. I'd love to see more products like this come to market for all cryptocurrencies. I'd also love to see you bring that finger to the subscribe button and click it. And then move it over and click the thumbs up. We're uploading daily here on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video. If we missed anything, if there's stuff I can improve on, if there's other things you want us to cover, please let me know down in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.